So I finished Pokemon Shield, and I have to say, I really understated in the previous video just how low effort, low energy, and phoned in this is. And I had said that it feels like it's a 3DS game that was repurposed as a Switch game, but that's not really fair. It's and when I played Pokemon Sun, I had criticized it a lot back then that the cutscenes were too long, that um, I kind of missed traditional gyms. I didn't really like the island challenges, the setting, just a lot of different stuff like that I had criticized. But having played Pokemon Shield, it really makes me appreciate Sun and Moon a lot more. Because I got like Ultra Moon and I really enjoyed it. I liked it. I liked the Team Rainbow Rocket at the end. I thought that was kind of cool. That just felt like more of a story. I mean, you can say what you want about Sun and Moon, but they at least tried to make it a little more character driven. They tried to make it a little more plot driven, which, I mean, you can like that or dislike it. You can think they succeeded or failed, but they put in like an effort. Like, I actually remember characters like Lily, her mother, that guy who is the head of Team Skull, your rival, I remember. That fat guy who had the Pikachu named Sophocles. I actually remember like a lot of characters from that. Um, at least like to the point that I could like recognize them and I could go, oh, it's that person. Oh, I remember the role that person had in the game. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of problems with Pokemon Sun. It's very kiddie more so than even the other Pokemon games. It's the cutscenes are too long, stuff like that. But I really appreciate that they tried to do something a little bit different, and they put in an effort. This game they put in no effort whatsoever. I mean, I know it's kind of weird to complain about the plot of a Pokemon game, but this is by far the worst I've ever seen. Like the characters just disappear. I can't even describe. It's like some doomsday prophecy. Firstly, the region doesn't even like have a theme to it. It doesn't have any obvious theme. It's like generally speaking, it's based on some part of the world or something like that. But it's the whole region is just like the most bland, generic stuff. There's nothing cool in it. There's no like volcano to climb. There's no like I don't even think there's an island. Was there? I can't even remember. I think there might have been one island. There isn't anything cool. Like cities hidden in waterfalls or like in the red, blue, and yellow where you had to like surf all the way down the treacherous path to Cinnabar Island to fight Blaine, and there isn't like anything like that. There isn't really any like secrets or like alternate routes to go through things. It's just it feels incredibly stripped down. There doesn't really seem to be any side quests. Um, the Pokemon just seem like they just took random Pokemon from previous games and just threw them in at random. There's no kind of like progression because normally they'll put the stronger ones later in the game or in special spots, and that doesn't seem to be the case here. They just seem to have thrown like random Pokemon in random places, and it doesn't even make sense. And they put in this shitty weather mechanic, so like it's entirely just based. It's just so amateur and so lazy. And I think like the laziest part of it was how bad the ending was. Now, once again, you can like or hate the ending to Pokemon games, but I think you have to admit that a lot of them, they've at least had something that's gone on. Like in Ruby and Sapphire, you have Kyogre or Groudon waking up and they're gonna like destroy the world, and it's actually like a little tense. It was kind of tense in. I remember in Platinum it being you had like the cool dragon ghost in Sun and Moon. The ending was like really long and really like extensive, and I kind of liked. I kind of appreciated that, even if there was a lot of issues with it. In this case, the ending just kind of comes out of nowhere, It took me approximately like 30 minutes to finish the end game. And like it's so lame. The last like boss, I guess you could say, or the last like the legendary Pokemon, you literally just kill it and then you get to capture it. There's no like screwing around with Ultra Balls. And I guess there's some like that's kind of a good thing because it kind of could get annoying to fight legendaries and just have them kill your whole team while you're desperately trying to capture them. At the same time, though, that's kind of like a mainstay of the Pokemon series. And it was removed primarily out of laziness. I mean, it doesn't really seem like there was any other reason. And I'm someone who doesn't really like difficulty that much. Like now that I'm older and I don't have as much time to devote to video games, but this game is so easy. It's like it's boring. It's literally you just tap like a button and then you kill the opponent. There is no battle in this game that gave me the slightest bit of challenge. It just wasn't fun. Like it just wasn't interesting. It wasn't fun. It wasn't like, I just don't know what they were like thinking when they made it. I guess, like I said, it's kind of like Game of Thrones season 8. They're like, everyone's gonna like it because it's Pokemon. It's like Game of Thrones. It's like we're just gonna put it out there and it's gonna sell, and we don't have to put in any real effort. And like, there's just so many things they took out. Like they took out global trading. Why? What was so bad about international trading? You know how you used to like say, I'm putting up this Pokemon online, and I want this Pokemon in return, and the game would kind of intermediate between it, so you couldn't get ripped off. And I like that. And that was like the main way, because a lot of people don't have friends who happen to have the game, but they want to get like Machamp or Alakazam or some other trade only evolution. But you can't do that anymore. You have to like go on a website and like find some random dude to trade with. Or you can use their shitty random trade system and hope to get like the Pokemon you're looking for. And it's just it's awful. Like it's just I think the issue with it, and kind of the insult, isn't that they failed. It isn't that they screwed up. It's that they like obviously didn't care, and they obviously didn't try when they were making this game. There's no like attention to detail. There's no love that went into this. Like for Sun and Moon, it had issues, but you could tell like they cared about what they were doing. You could tell that they like were trying to make a good game. For Gold and Silver, they just threw in the whole Kanto region, like just as a bonus. It's like you beat the game, well, here's like a whole other game we're just going to throw in, and you can do that too if you want. And just a lot of them feel like that. A lot of them had heart. This was like the most soulless product mainstream Pokemon game I've ever seen. I don't know if like there are people who like this, who thought it was good, who thought the characters were good, the story was good, the gameplay was good. I don't know. This feels like no, the mobile games are better than this. The mobile games are way better. Pokemon Go is better than this. Pokemon Masters is better than this. It's an insult. And I just can't take it anymore. Anyways, those are my final thoughts on it. Hopefully I won't have to talk about this again. I'm not getting whatever the special edition, like Iron Sword and like Silver Shield or whatever nonsense it's going to be. Just not going to do it.